Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on Wednesday night. Grateful to have Kristen White join us again. She is a gym owner, a fitness trainer, trains young, old, men, women, athletes, non-athletes, everybody in between, and has a great successful gym in Jackson, Tennessee. So we appreciate her joining us. She's also very knowledgeable on all of our products with Partner Co. She's also on our athletic and wellness committee, council, so she knows a lot about the products, the ingredients. She's really invested herself in all that and really took a deep dive in all that stuff years ago just to be a product of the product, but also just have the knowledge and understanding of all of our great products. So we touched on some a few weeks ago, last week rather. You can find that on her YouTube page. Today she's going to talk about a couple other products that you might not be thinking about, or maybe you're using right now, and why they're important to add them into your routine. So, Kristen, take it away.
Yeah, so happy to be back this Wednesday, and I'm happy that we're going to make this a routine call to incorporate fitness as an element. We know health and wellness products are for everybody, but sometimes we neglect some things that can help our fitness, right? Or that maybe you got started and now you're getting into the exercise piece and you're thinking, well, what can help me with that? Because, as we elevate through our health and wellness journey, exercise can sometimes become a part of that. And Christy obviously told us that last week with her transformation, that she doesn't like exercise, but she's now put it in as part of her journey. So I've always loved to exercise. So some people actually are the opposite. They love to exercise, but they haven't quite figured out the nutrition piece. So, it could be like two people meeting or two journeys meeting, because you really have to have both. I personally think you have to have both elements. You have to have the nutrition piece, and you should have to have the exercise piece. You don't obviously have to have the exercise passion that I have, but it's good to move your body, but it's good to nourish your body. For longevity, you want your bones to be healthy. You want your heart to be healthy. And exercise is obviously good for your mind too, but you do need to nourish. And how do you nourish post-exercise? So last week, we discussed the drops and how they're good for everybody. I think they are a 360-degree product for any type of wellness journey, whether you need to lose weight, you want hormones balanced, or you already are an avid exerciser. They work for everybody. And then I talked about Renew and how it's obviously an awesome product for everybody. But if you are on a fitness or a performance journey, human growth hormone can absolutely advance some of your performance recovery and things of that nature when it comes to muscle and tissue growth and cartilage and all of those things. But tonight I want to talk to you a little bit about protein and our protein powder, because when you are in the gym world, or if you start talking to gym people and fitness people, exercise people, there's a good chance that they drink protein shakes, right? They supplement with a protein powder or a pre-made protein shake, post-exercise or meal replacement, because they're thinking gains. They're thinking, how do we get some more muscle growing? And you have to have protein to make that happen. You got to have strength bearing, like you have to have weight bearing strength exercises, but you have to replenish and nourish with protein as well. So when it comes to a great product to talk about with them, we do have an awesome protein line. It kind of, I don't want to say it gets overlooked, but when it comes to being an actual performance or fitness product, it really kind of does, because we talk about it a lot with it, the Slenderize line, because it's an awesome low glycemic meal replacement or a snack. It doesn't elevate blood sugars. So we kind of like hint on it to all the facts that it's really good for weight loss. But I get asked a lot of the times from people who play sports, football, How do I put weight? Believe it or not, that's a question. How do I get someone to gain weight? Because most of 99.99% of the population says, how do I lose weight? Well, there are people out there that want to gain weight. Most of the time it's people that play sports that need to pack on some pounds, especially boys growing, their teenage years, and they feel thin and they want to, put on some poundage and some muscle. So they want to gain weight. Now, you're about to hear me. I just said, yes, this protein powder is typically used as a weight loss product. So when I tell you what I'm about to tell you, don't think, oh my goodness, I can't use PureNourish anymore. It's going to make me gain weight. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm telling you the extra protein in it can help with muscle gain, okay, muscle mass, muscle growth, muscle, putting more density on. And that could be achieved with some weight gain when we make that shake more caloric. You got to add a whole lot more to it to make that happen. But that's part of the fitness element. So sometimes you have to get off of this island of weight loss, because if you want to grow, you want to help other people who are on other journeys, you've really got to expand your knowledge and say, yes, I still have a very clean protein powder and a protein line. You don't have to go to the vitamin shop and get those weight gainer proteins that are full of junk and full of sugar and full of maltodextrins and full of whey proteins and full of things that really are not healthy. They will make people gain weight. We can still achieve that with our protein, but we have to add things to that shake to make it more caloric. And how I normally tell people, and I'm going to go through the actual line, but how I normally tell someone who is in the fitness world, who's wanting to gain mass, who's wanting to put on muscle, yes, you can make your shake more caloric. You can put some peanut butter in it, almond butter in it, olive oil in it, put some avocado in it. Anything that adds calories, because the whole point of making you lose weight is because, one, you're going to be in a calorie deficiency. We're not spiking blood sugars, right? I need to make sure, one, they have enough glycogen, their body's not going to start using their glycogen, and then they have enough calories that their body's not going to start eating up any protein sources. So I hyperdose that protein shake with calories. So again, I go with some good fats, I go with a banana, I go with extra fruit, nuts, things of that nature, and I throw it right into that shake, and I say, now you can drink this very healthy shake. You have lots of omega-3s in it, you have, things that are good for you, healthy fats, some fruits, things of that nature, and we've now turned PureNourish into the weight gainer. But it's good for them. It's still healthy, lots of micronutrients, and they're not getting junk, okay? So it's a very versatile product if you just educate yourself with it. But so let's go into what PureNourish is. If you don't know, it is our protein powder. Most of us use it for the weight loss meal replacement element. I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see what's in it if you don't know. Hopefully you can see my screen. I'm going to hit play.
Yep.
Okay. And this is what it looks like. It's in a bag. It's called Natural Flavor. I love this protein powder. I've not used another one since 2013 when this protein line was actually made. It only came in one flavor, and it was peach. It was a nice little peach flavor, but actually like the natural now, there's just no flavor to it. So whatever you add to it, that's what it tastes like. And I like that because I know I'm not getting an artificial flavoring. I'm not getting some crazy cookies and cream or some rainbow sorbet. That's junk when it says something like that. It's very enticing, but it's crap that's loaded in it. So what we're getting is just a natural flavor with just a little natural vanilla in here. We have things that are going to help support your digestion, things for memory function, because we have omegas in here. We obviously have our protein. So I want to look at that. We have 18 grams. To me, that's plenty for most people. You could do a third scoop if you felt like you needed more, or you could put some other sources of protein in your shake. You could do spinach. It's going to add a little more protein, believe it or not. You could find some other ways to put some extra protein in, but to me, 18 is good for a meal replacement or a snack, unless you are really hitting the weights hard and you feel like you need some extra. I do love that it is vegan and gluten-free, specifically me for gluten, because I have an intolerance to it. So this doesn't hurt my stomach at all. I have no inflammation, no flare-ups with it. No dairy, no soy. So I'm going to talk to you in just a moment why that's important. But obviously, we have no allergens in here. So it's safe for everybody to use. They shouldn't have any flare-ups with this. Sweetened with stevia, so we have no artificial sweeteners. So no sucralose, no aspartate potassium, just a very clean, light stevia sweetener, okay? But let's talk about what most people in the fitness world do use. And it's marketed to everybody that whey protein is, you know, the choice. You know, I do think more people are getting more educated on plant-based proteins, specifically peas, or some other forms. I don't like soy, but because you have to look for that when they say plant-based. Make sure they're not meaning soy. Make sure it is like from hemp or peas. But a lot of proteins on the market are going to be from dairy. So it's whey isolate, caseins, or milk. And I don't like these at all anymore. In my 20s, to be honest, it's all I drank. It was what I thought I was supposed to have. A whey protein shake right after I got done exercising is what I thought would grow my muscles. What I didn't realize was I probably had a little lactose problem, because almost 3 to 4 hours, almost on the dot after drinking any type of whey protein shake or casein, my stomach would cramp and I would swell. Now, I don't know for sure if it's the whey that was in it or if it was the maltodextrin or a combination, but I cannot touch one of these shakes anymore, because as soon as I drink it, within a few hours, I look a few months pregnant. That's how hard my stomach will swell. It's pretty bad, and it's not comfortable. So women often tell me their stomachs hurt from drinking protein shakes, but they don't really pinpoint it back to this. They just think they have stomach aches all the time. So let's talk about why I don't care for the actual big reasons why I don't care for dairy-based. So it comes from cow's milk, right? So all of those do come from cow's milk. And a cow's milk, yes, is packed with nutrition. So just like women, when we nurse our babies, lots of nutrition is in that milk. Same with cow's milk, but it's meant to grow a cow, not me. A cow. Okay, there are IGF factor 1s. That's a hormone. Okay, that is a hormone to help regulate a calf's development. Why would I put that in me? And we wonder why we have hormone imbalances. Obviously, it's a cow's milk, so it's also going to have estrogen and progesterone in it, and it's coming from their mammary glands. And I was drinking one of these every day. So obviously there's traces of these hormones in this shake, right? There's no way it's going to come out. So when we think about all the hormone imbalances we try to help people with when we give them the drops, and then they're still drinking a protein shake that's laden with cow's milk, it's going to be very hard to get them to turn over and get back into harmony, which is why we say no dairy on the system. We're trying to get that hormone balance figured out. Milk is safe for human consumption, technically, right? Not like it's going to kill you, knock you over, but it throws so many disturbances off. So could be leading to weight gain, could be leading to some insulin resistance, some inflammation. It's just things you don't want to have to live with, and it's not going to be acute, it's going to be chronic. It's going to be things that's going to happen after a buildup of over time. Yes, dairy has got a lot of calcium in it. I understand. We used to be told when we were little, drink your milk for your calcium. You can find other ways to get calcium. You do not have to drink milk. I personally also think that cow's milk causes inflammation, specifically in the gut. I've talked to Barbara Cox about this before. She also is a believer that dairy and cow's milk is very inflammatory. And when you cut it out, you'll notice inflammation go down even in your sinuses, your allergies, really overall body, but specifically gut as well. And I think this is where my inflammation when I would drink them would happen. But people don't know that in the U.S., just beside the fact that the milk is naturally going to have hormones in them, in the U.S., our commercial cows are pumped with a synthetic hormone called bovine growth hormone. And this hormone is meant to help them produce more milk. Just, the more turnover on the milk that they get, the more money these, dairy farmers are going to make. So they pump them with a growth hormone, keep putting out the milk, keep putting out the milk. That hormone, again, sinks into the milk production. Again, I don't want any growth hormone. I don't need any more. I don't need any help there. I'm trying to keep myself from growing anywhere. I'm fine being 5'5", and I'm trying to make sure I stay the same weight right now, so I don't need any help in this area. So I don't want to put any extra hormones in me. So you have to think about all of these things, and most people just think, gosh, this is honestly why I have such an issue with the supplement industry not being regulated, because people drink these shakes and they mean it with such good intention. They mean it to be healthy. They mean it to help their bodies. They want to either look good, feel good, grow. They're doing it and they believe in the name of health, and it's being sold to them in the name of health. And it's truly not healthy when you really get down to the meat of it. So these are some of the ones. Honestly, I used to drink some of these. That Synthesix used to sit on my counter from ages 21 to probably 25. And I think I told y'all last week I had problems with pregnancies. And I really believe it was a chronic issue that I just had no idea until I knew. Got all of this stuff out of my system, out of my shelves, and these are really popular ones on the market. These muscle milk, gosh, I drink muscle milk like it was going out of style too. But all of these you're looking at have everything you see on the left in it. Everything. There's whey, there's fillers, there's artificial sugars, there's artificial sweeteners, and people go in and buy them every day, but they think they're being healthy. And they're marketed as being healthy. So it's good to know, it's good to share. And when you get enlightened, you can never go back to the other ones. You just can't. I wouldn't drink one of those. I would never drink another one of those shakes. And then the add-on to our wonderful PureNourish is our Power Boost. This is really, if you like chocolate, what makes it taste delicious. So this is our branched chain amino acids. I love it because branched chain amino acids do help with supporting recovery. They help with building that muscle back, okay? They also help with endurance. They help with your brain. They keep you sharp. They keep you quick. And did I mention it tastes good? But it's got antioxidants in it. And again, we go through the list. It's non-GMO, low glycemic, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, sweetened with a little stevia. It's from the natural cacao bean. This is good for you. it's chocolate that's good for you. Have you ever heard that? It's chocolate that's good for you. You can sprinkle it on blueberries, strawberries, or you can put it in your shake. To me, this is how I drink mine. I do 2 scoops of PureNourish. Honestly, it says 1 scoop of Power Boost. I like it really chocolatey. I do 2 scoops of Power Boost and some almond milk. I give it a shake or put it in my blender with some fruit. And then that's my meal replacement or my post-workout shake. And that is my favorite way to post-exercise. So I'm going to come back to y'all and just, I don't know if we want to open it up for any questions or not tonight, or if you want to ask anything, John.
I do. I know we don't have the slides for this, but, and I don't think we talked about this last week. Can you talk about AbVantage?
Yeah, I'd love to.
One of our newer products that we just got this year.
Yeah, actually, I do have on that same
Look at you.
that same slideshow. I have this AbVantage slides. So AbVantages are thermogenic that we kicked off in February, and you know, it's meant to tackle stubborn fat specifically in your stomach or your hips. It's meant to tackle and burn up white fat, but how it does that is by activating your brown fat. So there are you have different types of fat in your body. You have white fat and you have brown fat. You have white fat is also the subcutaneous and visceral fat. So let's talk about that. Your white fat is the subcutaneous fat that's right under the skin. It's typically what you see that you don't like. You're like, I can paint it. I want to get rid of this. Visceral fat is really the dangerous fat. It's what's around your organs. And too much of it will actually start pressing on your organs. It's the one that causes disease, the diabetes, the strokes, the cancer. It's the one that's really not healthy. We don't like subcutaneous, but visceral is the dangerous fat. This is the difference. We have brown fat, and it's very small, okay? And it's going to be more around like your neck, your shoulders, a little bit around your kidneys and your spinal cord. But it's very metabolically active. You actually want to have a whole lot of brown fat. It's very good to have brown fat. It helps regulate your body temperature. It burns up those fat stores. It's really, believe it or not, like I always say, brown fat's actually a longevity fat. The more brown fat you have, the healthier you are. And the more white fat you have, the unhealthier you are. So the reason why it's brown is it contains iron and it is metabolically active, okay? So this is kind of like just how you can cross compare the difference of what the two are. I don't know if you're welcome to take a screenshot of this, but this is, the difference of what they do. And the way to activate brown fat is cold plunges, cold exposure, or by certain foods. So like capsaicins, which is like peppers, and spicy things, or the grains of paradise, which is actually like a capsaicin. And then that is what is in our AbVantage, okay? Oh, I was jumping ahead of myself. Omega-3s also can help activate your brown fat. And exercise, okay? Especially HIIT training. So when we're talking about our performance people, our exercise people, if you want to get your brown fat activated more, do some exercise, high intensity interval training. So HIIT training, okay? Let's see if I have all yes, I do. I can't remember exactly everything that was on this slideshow, but these are the ingredients in AbVantage. They're all wonderful, by the way, by themselves, but the grains of paradise is actually the capsaicin. This is the one that's going to heat you up. This is the thermogenic, okay? So this is the one that's going to activate that brown tissue and help your body burn more calories every day. And we have studies that you will burn up to 10 times more calories a day by taking 2 of these pills each and every day. And it is true when you first start taking them, or at least I noticed very quickly, that I was sweating more doing nothing. Now, some people are like, oh my gosh, that's gross. I personally was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Because I knew what that meant. It meant my body was turning on a fuel system. It was a furnace. And if I have a furnace going, it's got to be burning something. And I lost 14 pounds from September to February. And I mean, I was like, yeah, I probably got 5 somewhere, 6 somewhere. That meant I was storing fat that I didn't know needed to come off. So I'm a huge fan of this product. The L-tyrosine in it is a wonderful brain enhancer. That part is not on here. Where it's talking about all the stuff that actually helps you burn energy and, lose the weight and stuff. But the L-tyrosine may be one of my favorite ingredients. If I quit this product, I would take L-tyrosine by itself because it helps your mood. It helps you focus. It gives you a lift. It actually helps activate. It's a neurotransmitter that helps activate dopamine. So it actually makes you feel better. Vitamin B3. This one's one that's going to help convert your food to energy. Obviously, that's a big deal because we're converting our macronutrition to give you your energy to supply you, okay? B6, they're just all the ingredients in here are what is going to turn you into that big machine to help you burn up that fat around the midsection and the hips, okay? Oops. I hit a wrong button. It is clinically proven to shown to boost metabolism. So if you didn't know that, this is the stats that they partner got when they did the studies. Feel free to take a picture of that. And then I always said, and I do have a picture of me, but that was me. I used a picture of my HGH products last one, but this is just for my stomach, and this was how I knew I had lost weight because my stomach, my midsection got smaller, and I know it was from using this product. And again, I always say, like, I'm getting older, but I don't feel like I get older when I stay on all of these products. Do you want to ask anything else, John?
I do know in the chat someone asked about taking AbVantage. Can you take it more than once a day? Can you do 2 a day? What do you suggest when to take it?
Yeah, so I think the instructions, some of the instructions have said 2 in the morning, and then my instructions were 1 in the morning when I did the study, and then 1, 4 to 6 hours later. Mm-hmm. That is personally how I like it. As long as you get in 2 a day, you're going to be fine. So if you're one of the, and that's how I tell everybody, my people, I'm like, if you think you're not going to be able to remember to space them out, just take 2 at once. It's as long as you get in 2 a day. I like spacing them out because I like to get that little like happy mood lift again. So I space mine out. But it's just as long as it's not a stimulant. So if you forgot to take it and you're like, oh, I want to take it again at 4 or 5, you can take it again at 4 or 5. I kind of noticed that it curbs my appetite a little bit. So I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm going to take 2 before I go to my dad's football party on Saturday because he's told me his menu. So I'm like, this will help me there. So it's kind of, a little extra help, a little more discipline.
And I will take 2 in the morning at the same time just because I'm forgetful, and I probably forget to take the second one. So I do that for me, and it works. And Christy does the same thing. Christy's had great success with it as well. So again, just kind of personal preference at that point.
It is.
Any other question anyone might have? Is there anything else in the chat about either of those products we just talked about? Again, we'll get this up. I'll get this over to Kristen. She'll get it up on her YouTube page, and then for my team, we'll have it up on our team page.
Sure thing.
All right, Kristen, thanks for taking the time and visiting with us and sharing your knowledge. And we'll be doing some more of these. We'll keep you updated and posted when we're going to be doing them, so you can invite people on here and just for your own knowledge as well. So we just appreciate you taking the time and joining us.
Absolutely. See y'all soon.